Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today's video is my monthly makeup favorites and fails for September 2020. I am really ready to get into October, feel the spooky season vibes, and hopefully October will go better for me than September did because oh my god. Ouch. But without any further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get into my favorites and fails. I tried out a whole bunch of stuff this month. This is not every single thing I tried out, but these are things that are notable I wanted to talk about for a moment. And of course, these are my personal opinions, so we disagree on anything. It's cool, it's just makeup, it's not that serious. And now let's get into it. Also, before I forget, all these products are linked down below. I always link them down below, except for the fails, so if you guys want to check them out, I'll have them linked. So now let's get into it, because I always forget to say that stuff. Alright guys, let's start off with 3 things that I got from Ulta. Technically 4, but someone took my other thing because I didn't really like it. So 4. So the first thing that I don't have on hand that I didn't really like was the True Portrait foundation from KVD Vegan Beauty. Yeah, so I got this because I had the 10 off 40 coupon from Ulta and they had the 21 days of beauty, so I was already placing an order and I had a ton of points, so I brought down this like $40 foundation and it was on sale down to like 10 bucks, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great deal, and I've been wanting to try more foundations, especially hers, and that one didn't seem, or theirs because it's not her anymore. I wanted to try that one because it seemed really pretty. I love the packaging, and the fact that it was kind of squeezy tube seemed cool too. But it didn't wear very well. Like, the color was really good for me. The color I chose fit perfectly, and it had a beautiful finish. I almost choked. It had a beautiful finish. But it just broke down. After like 4 hours, I was like, it's in every line. It just doesn't feel like it's there all the way anymore, even though I set it with powder. So for me, it just didn't have any long wearing ability to it. Good colors for it, but yeah, that one was just a fail. I mean, I'm glad I got it for cheap, but like, I wish I could have returned it. But of course, someone took it, so that's fun. But let's move on to the rest of the things that I got on that haul. So I got an extra pair of these. So it's the lashes I'm wearing today. They're Lilly Lashes Faux Minx in Miami Flare. I'm a diehard Miami person, even though the one current pair of Miami I'm wearing right now, or I have open right now, I don't like. Miami's either look perfect on me or they're like slightly off. It's the same style, I know, but like each pair I use has a different experience for me. I don't know if the bands just slightly vary, but these are Miami Flare, so they're like Miami's because they have the same length, but they're heavier towards the ends, which I love. Now, I do feel like these are, because they are more towards the ends, I feel like these are smaller lashes for me, even though they are the same length. So I always feel like these are my lighter lashes days. I just love how they flare out at the ends. I think they're really, really pretty, and I'm glad I have 2 pairs of these because they were on sale one day. I bought them, and then when I placed this haul order, I placed the other ones. So I got one on sale, and I was really happy about it. Next up, this concealer. I don't know if I got it in this haul, but I know I got it from Ulta recently. So it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Longwear Coverage Crease Proof in C1, which is my color. It is an amazing coverage concealer for the price. Like, it has this big, like, it's kind of a thicker tube for concealer. Like, it's kind of a big tube. It has a big old doe foot wand in there. I could just go whoosh, whoosh, done. It's a huge tube of concealer, has a ton of product in here. And it says 16-hour wear. I've worn this only concealer, which is weird because I usually wear like full coverage concealer from like a high-end brand to trust it. This is a high coverage concealer from a affordable brand, which is crazy for me to trust, and it's really good. So I'm in love with that one. I still need to find the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the hydrating new version, that isn't in a fair warm color. They only come in warm, so I want to try that too. I just want to try more concealers. I love concealers because it's like, if I could have one thing, like I could only wear one makeup thing, it would be concealer. And then if I could pick 2, it would be concealer and lashes, just because I need everything covered. Like, I don't need everybody to know that I didn't sleep at all last night. I just need to look okay and presentable in the morning. So concealer is like a go-to thing for me. And that's really good for the price. Like, it's really impressive. And of course, if you want to know the shade I am C1. Because a lot of you guys use me to compare, which I think is kind of cool. A last thing in that haul specifically was another Makeup Revolution thing. Well, this is XX Revolution, another Makeup Revolution side brand or whatever. This is Glow Fix with 2 X's. I thought this would be super fun because I wanted to try more setting sprays and I needed like a dewy or finish one. The only thing is, like, it's eating itself away. It came like slightly leaky, like barely any like moisture inside the cap because I did have it shipped to me. But it's eating itself away from the rim. Like it was pink, like it's pink, and then it's just like corroded away. So it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the world. So obviously the packaging is more on the cheaper end. It smells good. It has like a sweetness to it. It smells like a hairspray, like a sweet hairspray, which probably sounds like it smells bad. It smells alright. It has like a little sweetness to it. But it's just eating itself away, so I didn't appreciate the packaging on that. I think it could have been better done, but I like the setting spray. It's the setting spray I'm using today, but you can't tell because it's just a setting spray, but I feel like it does, it's very light. It's not super, super wet on the face. It does its job pretty well. Well, that was the Ulta haul. Let's talk about Colourpop stuff now, because I have a whole bunch of Colourpop that I've tried lately. Let's talk about the first things, which is the failiest of fails. And I don't want to say that. And it's a little eyeliner duo from the Coral collection. I did do a full review of the Coral collection if you want to check it out. I tested out the palette, the blush, and then these things. I didn't like these. This didn't really want to stick in my waterline, and this is just horrible. This one is called Bay Breeze, so avoid this on their website, even though I love you, Colourpop, but I don't know. See, now you look at it in like the light, there's like a gold shift to it, which is like fine, but it's chunky. It stuck to the brush I put it on and would not move or budge, and it was just clumpy, and it just like pulled at everything. It was just an absolute mess. Like, their gel liners are usually pretty good. They are a little on the drier side, like they do kind of clump up a little bit, can stick to your brush pretty quickly, but you can definitely make them work. This one I couldn't make work, which is sad. The pencil gel liner thing is better than the pot, but they're both just not the best quality, unfortunately. Now, the palette from that collection is super cute. Like, it's really pretty. It's called Coast to Coral. And of course, I liked the look we did with this. I actually wore the look on Instagram too. I just thought it was such a cute palette. And I like the tones of like corally shades that are not just orange or they're not just red. It's a beautiful coral in between. And I thought the lighter shades in here were also nice, especially like a little bit of a gold to it. So the palette, super cute. The eyeliner though, just don't. I do have one other thing from that collection I want to talk about though, and it is the blush. It is called Shook to the Coral Blush. And it's like slightly disappointing. Now this color, I was like, ooh, it's a beautiful orange. It has a glitter reflex of gold in it. It's gonna be the most beautiful dewy blush in the world. And it has like this nice sheen, I don't know if you can tell. It has like this nice sheen of gold on the outside that makes it look like it's gonna be a beautiful, glowy moment. It's not though. Like, it has a little bit of the coral blush tone to it, but I didn't get any of the dewiness that I really wanted from it. I liked it at first. It was kind of subtle. It's a little bit more of a build-upable blush, which I like, but I just couldn't get the dewy luminosity out of it that I really, really wanted. So I liked it more the first couple times I used it, and then the more I used it, I was like, this is just underwhelming. I could just go for something really glowy instead of that. I do have some more Colourpop stuff that's not from the Coral collection though. So we reviewed 2 more palettes recently from Colourpop. This one got me in a lot of trouble, and I'm sorry I didn't know, okay? I'm sorry. The Sandstone palette. The review is still up of this palette. The design is changing on the front of it, but as far as the quality of the palette itself, I thought it was really nice, and I really love the color scheme on the inside. Like, everything except for the red I think I'd use all the time. I think it's a beautiful color scheme, but I'm a little bit nervous to show it on camera now just because I didn't know everything. I just thought this was like a pattern for the area that it was kind of after. I didn't realize everything behind it, so I do apologize for that. But I thought the color scheme and the colors and the performance of the palette was really nice, and I hope they do more 18 pan palettes in the future. Just think things through a little better, because yeah, I was horrified. So yeah, this was really cute, and I love the pop of yellow in there and the pop of green, but color scheme's nice. The packaging will be changing on that one. The other palette, Chef's Kiss, beautiful. Love this palette. The Little Ray of Sunshine palette. I don't even remember when exactly we reviewed this, but I know it was recently, so I'm just gonna hope it was in September because I feel like it was. This palette is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I loved it. I loved the little pop of orange, the little pop of red, the little pop of brown, and it was just so cute. We have lighter shades in the top too. Like, it's just a beautiful palette. I wish there was, well, don't take this shade out because I love that pop of yellow, but wish one of these was a shimmer. That would have made it really like a champagne shimmer, yellow shimmer, like a gold shimmer, maybe even a white shimmer. One of those shades would have made this like the most beautiful, perfect palette for me that you'd never hear me shut up about. But as a solid matte palette, it's still so cute and so compact, and I really enjoy it. I just hate the name of it. Little Ray of Sunshine just sounds so cheesy. something that I was neither impressed by nor just like and disappointed by, because it was like alright, is the Colourpop Candyland collection Gummy More Super Shock Cheek Shadow. I ordered this thinking like, ooh, a cream shadow would be super nice, maybe give me a little more luminosity to it because it has like a bunch of glitter reflex in it. It smells good, which I didn't know until now. It smells good. It kind of smells like a nice shampoo, which might not sound good to some people, but it smells like a nice shampoo. But anyways, it is a Super Shock cheek. It has like some glitter reflex in there. Oh, there you go. You can tell the shimmery reflex in there now. Because I wanted like a glowy, dewy cream blush that would look really nice, especially if I'm doing like a really pretty dewy face that day, even though I totally powder everything, even when I'm doing dewy makeup, because I need that stuff to stay down all day. So I still powder it, but I still do like stuff to make my skin dewier. And I thought this was nice, but like, I don't know, by the time I blended it out, it took a little longer than I expected to blend it out, and I feel like that's why I'm not in love with it, but it's fine. It's fine, but I don't know. Maybe it could have had a little more dewiness to it, not just like glitter particles, maybe just a little more luminosity. I don't know. Lastly, from Colourpop, because we have a lot of Colourpop today, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Illuminator. Now, you could use this as like a body highlight, a normal highlight if you wanted to. I've been using it as like a glowy primer because it did say you can do that. So, you know, I did that. And I thought it was okay. Like, honestly, it gave me glowy vibes in the skin. It is like, you know, it is a highlighter in a bottle. But, you know, it made my fingers messy, of course. But I feel like you applied this as a glowy primer to like a brush and buffed it out, it would be really pretty. I feel like the finish was really nice. And if you're wearing a medium coverage or like a lighter coverage foundation over top of this, it gave the skin like a nice luminosity to it. So I feel like maybe even like a little baby drop of this into your foundation mixture would be so pretty and radiant. So I'm into this one. It just makes a little bit of a mess if you use your fingers for primer like I do. Next up is something that I was given by someone because they got an allergic reaction to it. So it is only for certain skin. I was scared that I would have allergic reaction to this as well. I was like, ooh, if you're allergic to it, maybe I shouldn't try it. But I did anyways. Because there's SPF 30 in it, and it is the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Skin Perfector. This is in the shade 1C0 Cameo, if you can tell back there, and here is the shade itself. It's actually a really pretty shade. Now, they're darker than me, so I figured this wouldn't work, but because it is a tinted moisturizer, it did, and I feel like it actually blended out really nicely. It blended out really smooth. It had a beautiful dewy finish to the skin. It's a tinted moisturizer, so it's not gonna have a full coverage moment, but I feel like it just evened my skin tone out really nicely, gave me a little bit of a luminosity and dewiness to the skin, which I really appreciate, especially because I was only wearing like a spray mist primer underneath. It really evened out my skin tone. It had like a little bit of coverage that I enjoyed, and I thought it was really nice. So again, not for everyone because clearly they were allergic to it, but for me, like, I thought it was nice, and I can't wait to use it more on days where I'm not trying to wear the full moment, but I'm gonna still wear every single product that I normally would on my face, just maybe skip eyeshadow or lipstick. Because I still do like a full, you're wearing foundation, you're wearing powder, you're wearing concealer, you're wearing everything kind of face, and you're still wearing lashes, but I'll be like, I'll skip like a lot of coverage or something for the day. Because I got problems. I still love all the makeup, and I want everything on my face. I can't just skip stuff unless they're like decorative. I hope that makes sense. Like, I'm still gonna wear foundation if I go out. Okay, next up we have two things for the face, and then we'll get into palettes. So I finally tried these, you guys. I tried two of them. So these are the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duos. There's a matte and a shimmer. This one is in Soft Peach. So there's a matte side and a shimmery side. I love these. I love these so much. I'm trying to not use them every time I do my makeup. I mean, I used this one today for this look. I couldn't help it. Like, I mostly used the dewy side, and I did a little dash of the matte side just for a little more color to it. These are so nice. Like, they're expensive. Don't get me wrong. They're expensive. They're overpriced. If they go on sale, definitely pick them up then. But they're so good. I think I might have mentioned this in last month's monthly favorites too. But like, I'm really in love with them. I thought they were overhyped. Like, it's a blush. You know, it's blush. But I'm really into blush lately. Next up from Kaleidos is their little contour palette. So this is the lighter shade. It is called Charisma Cool and Light Charisma Contour Palette. Now it has like a lighter shade for your kind of highlight underneath your jawbone area, and it has a bronzery kind of shade and a cool tone contour shade. This is beautiful. Now it is a little more subtle unless you really kind of pack it on your brush, which I appreciate because you don't want to go heavy-handed with it. I used it this morning for my first look of the day and I did go kind of heavy-handed with it, but it still blended out so evenly that I really made it work. So for me, this is a really nice thing. I do wish maybe this was like a split pan decision instead of like separated, because I go in between both of these shades for the contour. So like this in between area is gonna get really messy. I really wish it was just like one pan. You could just split the color in half. Other than that though, it's really nice. And I'm gonna probably hit pan on this thing if I keep using it the way I have been the last couple days. Also, contours are like the one thing I hit pan on constantly anyways. So that was our face stuff. We have 3 more palettes to talk about, and one of them is the Kaleidos collection. So for the new Fresh Fantasy collection that we reviewed, I did a review of that collection. No one really watched it though, so if you did, thank you, I appreciate it, because I did 2 looks in that video, and this was the palette that really got me. So the other one was kind of a purpley tone, which we know. I don't really do on my eyes that often, but it came out really cute. But this Futurism Sashimi City palette, I loved this one. I loved the look it came out with. The super romantic and cute color scheme in this palette. I just think their shimmer formula is out of this world. I absolutely love it. It's a little glittery, but it's just so worth it. If you like, you can make a little bit of sparkles on your eye or whatever, but it's fine because it's such good formula. And I love how cute and compact these are. I love the packaging of it. So this was my favorite out of the 2 from that collection. We also, again, tried out that contour palette. Next palette is the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. So here's the look I came up with for today. I think it's really pretty and I like it a lot. I've been using the same kind of shades over and over again for this palette every time I use it, and we also did a full review of this palette as well, and it is the Stephanie Lange collaboration with Sigma Beauty Essentials eyeshadow palette. You can use my code on Sigma if you would like to save money. It also gives me a little bit of kickback, or my link. I usually just click my own link if I'm going to buy like backup brushes from Sigma. I feel like it's just easier, but it does save you some money. This is the palette itself. To me, this looked really basic at first. I was like, it's basic, but it's pretty cute because it is an essentials palette. I wish this wasn't here. I wish they still had these shades in it because I use these 3 shades all the time as like eyeshadows, not as face things. Because this is like a really weird color to have for like a deep contour, because not everybody with deeper skin is super, super warm. I actually quite liked the fair contour shade in here, and the highlight shade is very nice as well, but I use it as an eyeshadow. But the eyeshadow portion of it the most is so freaking good. So I used this shade as well as these 2 for the eye look today, and then I threw this on the lid. So I used the kind of golden shades as mostly, and I really liked it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of this velvet shade. I feel like it just took a little bit of building up, but everything else in here worked really well, and I like it a lot for just like an everyday palette. It's pretty nice. And lastly is a palette that I did do a first impressions video on, and you guys seem to like it, but it didn't have like the response I expected. So I was like, I don't really know if it's gonna be worth doing 3 looks with it. So I'm still not sure about it. Like, there's still people buying it, and there's gonna be one more launch of it, so there's still time for me to do that if I wanted to. But it is the Nikkie Tutorials palette from Beauty Bay. So again, the packaging on this, gorgeous, like gorgeous. And something smells like it's burning around me, and I'm not sure what that's about, but the inside of the palette itself, this is bigger in person than I expected. Like, this palette's big, you guys. And here is the color scheme. It's fine, right? But the more I look at it, the more I'm just not in love with it. And even the first look I did with it had its issues. So I feel like this is not like the go-to flawless, perfect application palette. It still has a couple things that like, I would change that to it, and I feel like the formula on a couple shades isn't like my favorite in the world, but again, it is a $30 palette with a ton of shades and a beautiful, unique packaging, so I feel like it's still worth the money for sure. But I'm having a little bit of trouble with creativity. Unless you want to do a pink or red look, I feel like you just have like gold and like some random colors. So I'm still working on like loving this palette and like giving a full thoughts on this palette, but as of right now, it's just like okay for me. So I'm not like overly impressed by it or anything like I thought I would be, because like she put her name behind it, and after that last palette collab she did, I thought like, oh, this is gonna be like amazing, she really worked on this. But it's fine, like I'm sure she did a lot of work on it, but it's not like my favorite thing in the world. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it's a little bit of a longer one for me, but hopefully you guys liked that. If you like longer videos, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe out there. Let me know something you are loving down below and something you've been like not crazy about. I just love seeing what you guys are trying because I feel like it's always way different than what I'm trying. And thank you again for watching. I will see you in the next video. Stay safe out there. You never know what weirdness is going around you. Stay aware, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.